Hey there, Jed Corbernus here from jedcorbernus.com, and this is Talk Therapy. Man alive, do I need this today? I'm starting to think that I might even do these on Saturday and Sunday morning, or Saturday, Sunday, whatever, but I really need this. It's just a good time to get everything out, to get all my right there, see, there's my ego, get all my resistance to whatever I want in life to just go away. And by resistance, I think it's just things that if I don't cleanse, or if you don't clean your body, you don't clean your mind, you don't clean it out, it just gets dirty and cluttered, and you feel like crap. So man, this is just so needed. I just completely am going to just go and go. Nothing wrong, right? Nothing wrong. Nothing is quote unquote going wrong, right? But it's just the fact that as soon as your daily practices go away, or your everyday, Monday through Friday is really on point, right? But as soon as I hit the weekend, that's where everything starts to go crazy, starts to shut down, starts to, whatever it is. But it's just funny to me that that's how it works, and that's how it has to be for it to do that. But I don't know, it just is funny, just crazy to me. I don't know. I'm getting to the point where 7 days a week I need to do talk therapy. 7 days a week. It's not even need to, I just get to, right? It just comes down to the decisions I make on the weekends. I go 5 days a week, perfect, maybe not perfect, but pretty close. And then 2 days a week, the structure goes away, which by the time Monday happens again, not great, right? So really, I think what it comes down to is, so yesterday I was in church, and our pastor, man, he said it perfectly, and I think more or less, instead of going 7 days a week, I think I need to go 6 days a week and rest on 7, right? It really comes down to the Sabbath, right? And Sabbath can be whatever you want it to be, but Sabbath is rest, right? I take that in as rest. And for me, it's pretty cool because yesterday I took that in as a complete rest of everything. Sundays, that's what I think I'm gonna do. Actually, I know that's contrary to what I just said, but that's what talk therapy is all about, is talking it out and getting everything just kind of figured out, quote unquote figured out. And I think what it comes down to is just going hard. If they want to put it in basketball terms, going hard to the paint 6 days a week, and then resting on the 7th, right? And rest completely on the 7th. And anybody who would need me or want to talk to me or whatever be on Sundays, I just think that that's the day that I'm going to not be available to anybody, unless it was emergency, and I understand that. But I think that yesterday was really cool, and it felt really cool. I was hanging with Samuel all day and hanging with Molly in the morning, and it was just a good day to do nothing at all. It was just so cool to just feel connected to them and disconnected from the world, because I needed to be and wanted to be. And it just felt really good to hang with that, right? In the morning we went to church. Our pastor reminded us that you needed to really let go of some things and really rest, right? And rest your body, and rest your mind, and rest your soul. and the other part, which what I thought was really cool, it actually brought me to tears in church. I didn't have tears streaming down my face because I was, hiding it a little bit, if you will. But But I think what happened was I had a huge revelation yesterday, and it brought a little bit of tears, to my eyes, and I did the best I could to be like, okay, why am I crying and whatever in church. But the revelation was basically this right here. I know I'm talking to somebody who's listening, and I appreciate that, and I'm grateful for that. But I think really, when it comes down to it, I'm talking to God, right? Like, I put faith into my faith. Really, I think that's what it's coming down to it. And, your God can be whoever your God is, and you can believe whatever you want to believe. And I'm good with that, right? And I'm not going to get into a spiritual debate, whatever you want to call it. But I think that's what I'm doing. Is I think I'm talking to God. And I think I'm talking to, whoever would need or want to listen to this. But I think what it comes down to it is when I was in church yesterday, it was just this massive revelation of when I speak out loud, like I'm doing right now, and I get to do it, and I am able to do it, it's just so freeing, right? And when you talk it out loud, it becomes way more truth than just thinking it, right? So it was cool because our pastor reminded the title of his sermon yesterday, which it escapes me to the exact words, but it goes from, he says it was, I don't remember exactly the words. It was like, it goes from he to you or something like that, right? From him to you. Basically, he was talking about when you pray, right? And this isn't a lesson on spiritual belief, whatever. I'm just saying for me, this is for me, right? Not for anybody else. When you start to talk to God, when I start to talk to God and with God versus just praying to Him, that is the level of faith that any successful person will talk to you about. Okay? Now, their brand may not allow them to exactly talk to God in front of people, and they may not be that confident in themselves to talk to God in front of people, and that's okay, right? Like, you don't want to push spiritual beliefs or any belief down somebody's throat, but and that's not what I'm trying to do here. What I'm doing is just talking out loud and being okay with talking about whatever I want to talk about. And this is just me not trying to cram anything down anybody else's throat. And here is my insecurity about what I'm doing, and I feel like I have to explain that. But really, I don't have to explain anything to anybody because this is just who I am. So anyway, for me, is when I do this, I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me, and I'm talking to God, right? I'm talking to Him. After about 10 minutes, I get into that flow. I get into myself. Today I feel it already at 8 minutes. I feel like I'm talking into my flow. I'm talking already into my heart's center. And that's where I feel like God is at. That is where I feel like everything happens. And when I get to this spot, I feel like always, like it's just so funny because I feel my heart racing really fast, and my breath is really short, and I'm short of breath, and I'm talking, and this is just so exciting to me because it is this is exactly where God wants you to be, because this is your center, this is your exciting moment, and it's just so freeing, it's just so exciting. And if you can you imagine if you would just live in this area, if you would just live in this spot forever, right? If you could just have this feeling forever. And that's what I strive to do every day, is just to live in my most truthful part of myself, live within this part of my body, this part of my soul, this part of my mind forever. And it's possible, right? It's totally possible. It comes down to you just knowing yourself that much. So that's my offer for you today, would be to just try this. Just try talking out loud and recording it, right? Do it. What's the worst that can happen? You don't have to share it out, right? You don't have to share it out like I do. I do it just because somebody might actually listen, which I have zero expectations of anybody listening, but somebody might just actually listen and be inspired to change the world for the better, right? Because I was watching the news a little bit this morning, and there's shootings here, and people were out in a park yesterday trying to enjoy the awesome, beautiful weather, and then somebody is shooting in the, in the middle of it. I mean, are you kidding me? Let's not do that. Let's freaking just be nice or go home. That's it. I mean, come on. It's just, why? Why are we doing this to the world? We are blessed with the gift of life. Life is too short to be doing that kind of shit. Why are we sitting here grabbing a gun and pointing it at people? If you're angry, look in the mirror. Start there. Start at that point. Look at yourself in the mirror and what don't you like about yourself. Okay? Now, in the mirror, while you're standing there, say, I love you. I love you. I mean, repeat that about 100 times. And then the next thing, repeat, I vow to change myself in the way that I want to change myself. And stay committed to that. Because if you don't, what's going to happen? You're only going to get more angry. And anybody who ever does anything to you, it is your choice. It is your choice to change yourself. That's it. You have control over you. Now, I'm not above all of this because really I'm talking to me, right? Like this is talk therapy. When I am preaching or talking like this, it only means that I need to say it to myself. Really, it only means that I need to hear this from my own voice, from my own heart center. So apparently, I'm angry with myself. Why? I don't know, and I love that I don't know. That's okay, because this is what it's for. This, right here, this moment of me realizing that I am angry with myself needed to happen. Now, I don't know why, and I love that I don't know why. And if you're wondering why I say I don't know why and I love that I don't know why, go watch Kyle Cease. YouTube Kyle Cease. Give that a shot, because that is some massive amount of self-awareness that he has, and it's awesome. But this right here, talk therapy, man alive, I did not want to get up this morning. I did not want to do anything. I wanted to just stay in bed and basically be in my self-pity bullshit that, it happens, right? This is real. This is real emotion right here. And it hit me. It's hitting me at 13 minutes. This is awesome. I don't know why, and I love that I don't know why I did not want to get up and do anything. And last night I was in it too. I think it was the Sunday night depression of, man, I don't want to get up and do anything and go, to work. And why didn't I want that? Why is that? And I don't know why, and I love that I don't know why. So right there, I'm taking it in. I'm fully accepting those feelings, and I'm going to let them go. And then I'm going to forgive myself. And that right there is talk therapy. That is some good stuff. I'm instantly feeling better about today. I'm instantly feeling excited again for today, because that's what I wrote down this morning was my intention. And it's so funny that it's hitting me like a ton of bricks right now. It is literally hitting me. That's what I wrote down. And that's what I know I needed. I didn't even know I needed it. I wrote down, every day I write in my journal saying, good morning, Jed, I intend to feel blank, right? So I didn't even realize that I needed to write down, good morning, Jed, I intend to feel excited. How awesome is that? Like, I'm good with that. Like, it is literally, I needed to feel excited, and I didn't even know about it. And I am now fully excited for this day because of this talk therapy. Man, this is some powerful stuff. I can't sit here enough to tell you that you need to try this. You need to do this every day. And really right there, I was talking to myself and whoever else is listening, give it a shot. You can hear it in my voice right now how much this is doing for me. Like, this is not fake. If you think any part of this is fake, then you have your own problems. Like, this is craziness that I go 30 minutes. I go, right now it's 15 minutes. I'm halfway through, and I'm already jacked for today. Like, this is exactly why I think I felt so crappy yesterday. Like, I consider this something that I could do 7 days a week. I wouldn't have to share it, on Sunday, because that's where I feel like if I would just record it, I can record it, and then I can put out 2 of them on Monday, something like that, right? Like, share it out on Monday, and obviously on that day I would create this one, and there's my ego, right? You could hear the hesitation within my voice, and I think that's my ego coming in going, no, you can't put out 2 talk therapies on Monday, because then, that's too much for people to take in and listen to. Really, I don't even care, right? Like, this is just for me anyway. So, it's just amazing that I even would go through any of these motions and sit here with any of these emotions, wondering why I would ever wondered or needed any of this, right? And there's my ego again, just distracting my mind, and that's okay, like, it happens. But I'm gonna keep going, and I'm very excited for the day, and that's what it's about. And and it's gonna be me first. Like, not me first as in like I'm being selfish to the world, it's me, but it's literally, if you take care of yourself first, to the point of you can't take care of others until you have yourself all in, right? Like, if you go all chips in on yourself, that is the only way you can truly take care of other people. And that's where I'm at. Like, I take care of me first, and not that I wouldn't take care of others first, like obviously my family, my wife and my children, but I think that you really do. You have to take care of yourself first, and then you can truly take care of and really give all of what you have to other people. And that's where it comes from, and that's what I know it. That's where I'm coming from right now. Is how I'm at, it just, excuse me, it just amazes me to know that there are days where I don't want to do this, and this morning definitely was. I was like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to stay in bed, and that's crazy. That's nuts to me, to just sit there and be like, just a pile of goo. Like, I didn't, right? I get to do everything in life, and I'm grateful for that, and I'm excited for this day, because really, when it comes down to it, we get to do whatever we want. Like, I'm excited for the house to sell. I'm excited that everything's happening, and we're over the weekend. We had some people look at the house and whatever, right? And they didn't buy it, but that doesn't mean that they're gonna not buy it on that day. Right? I'm projecting that house is going to sell very soon. Actually, it's already sold in my mind. It's already sold in my mind, in my body, my soul. It works. Like, it's already sold. I have lifted it up, and I'm good with it not selling, right? It's coming to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm good with it not selling. Really, I am. I'm completely okay with it not selling, and here's why. Because as soon as you get to the point of something being okay of right where it's at, right? Like, I'm good with that house not selling, because you know what? The truth is, I like that house, and I like the backyard. Man, we played in that backyard all day yesterday, and it really was a lot of fun. Like, we can do way more back there, as far as making it even more fun. And I think we did. I think it was just running around and having a lot of fun, and just jumping, literally just jumping and playing with rocks and dirt. And, Molly was so funny. She was just like, oh my gosh, the bees are going to get me. And I'm just like, whatever, honey. They're bugs, they're ants, right? And that's some pretty cool stuff. It's just being in the backyard, and I like that house. I love that house. It's our first house. And I'm to the point where I just kind of lift it up and say, if it's supposed to sell, great. If it's not supposed to sell, that's okay too, right? Like, I'm good with, I think, I finally accepted the fact that if it sells today, great. If it doesn't, I'm completely okay with it. Like, I have accepted the fact, I really have, and I'm letting it go. I want it so bad, and this is a Paul Santisi thing, right? Go YouTube Paul Santisi and listen to some of his meditations, and you'll get it, right? Specifically, look up the one where about money. Paul Santisi and money meditation. That's some powerful stuff. So, being completely okay, I'm talking like 100% okay with that house not selling. I am in alignment with my true self when I can say I am in control of only me. And if somebody wanted to buy that house today, awesome, we are ready. And if somebody doesn't buy that house today, that's okay too, because I love that house. And I'm accepting the fact that if that house doesn't sell, I'm okay with it. I want it to sell so bad, but at the same time, I am 100% okay with it not selling. And I'm saying that out loud because that means then it is true. I'm going to take it in as truth and law, and whatever words that I say, I take as truth and law. Because that's just the vow that I've made to myself, and that is a big deal to me. So that's what it is, right? It's just coming down to talking out loud and making it truth. And the words that we say have power, and you have no idea. If you're really in tune with yourself, you have the complete understanding of what that means. You have the complete understanding of actually being able to talk yourself in or out of misery. And I choose to talk myself out of misery every day because it is way easier. Let me tell you this, it is way easier to go negative than it is to go positive. It is way easier to talk negative than it is to talk positive. It's way easier to measure what you have lost than what you are going to gain, because you lose everything all the time. You don't really realize how much you gain until you start increasing your awareness on your gains, your understandings, your gain. Like literally, you gain stuff all the time, but if your awareness is not within the amount of gains that you are always gaining, and I know I'm saying gain a lot right now, but that's in my head. That's what my body says to say is gain. Stop measuring what you're losing and stop always measuring what you're going to lose. Start measuring what you're going to gain. Start measuring, especially maybe in the past, like when you stopped doing something or started doing something, what did you gain? And if you look at it from that lens, if you look at it from that perspective, and always look at it from that perspective, that's a muscle, right? That's a muscle. If you can flex that muscle all the time, start looking at those gains. Start looking at the area of where you're going to gain instead of where you're going to lose, right? We always want to lose weight, or we always want to lose, whatever, right? Lose body fat, lose. That's where I go to right away is in the fitness industry, the weight loss industry. Everybody wants to lose weight. Are you kidding me? Like, why do we want to lose? Let's worry about gaining. Like, is anybody really marketing gains, like weight gain? Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe that's an idea. Maybe that's what this is for. Maybe that's what I should do as far as like, let's gain some knowledge. Let's gain weight. Whoa. Let's gain weight, right? That's kind of scary to say. Oh no, Jed, I don't want to gain weight. Okay, but what would you rather do? Would you rather gain muscle and forget about fat and burn the fat? Let's gain muscle and burn fat. I didn't say anything about losing, because I don't want to lose. We can only measure what we lose, and if you are coming from that lens, you're always just going to want, then you're in a state of lack. You're always just going to want to lose. You lose. Why? Let's gain. Let's gain some weight. Let's gain. Let's reverse engineer that entire process. Let's go from gains instead of losing. Let's go from gains. Let's go from loss to gain. Let's go weight gain. Like, oh my gosh, no, I don't want to gain weight. I don't want to get weight. I don't want to acquire weight. Well, I'm not saying fat. I'm just saying what kind of tissue, what kind of muscle. Maybe that's what it is. And I'm not looking for a claim to fame, but maybe that's what it is nobody's talking about gaining weight. Everybody's talking about losing weight. What do you want to do? Well, I want to lose weight. Well, that's not what I help people do. I actually help people gain weight. And then that's like, what? What do you mean? There it is. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's the tagline that I provide, is I'll help you actually gain weight. I will actually help you measure how you can gain your life back. How about that? Man, that is some pretty powerful, those are some pretty powerful words right there. Like, that's a big deal. That is a really big deal. And that to me is way more important than any kind of loss or gain that I could have. I'm just realizing right now that maybe that's what it is. It's 365 ways to gain weight. Woo! How about that? People would be like, wait, what? Why would I want to gain weight? And that's the question that would get them asking themselves, what is this book about weight gain? Yeah, I think I'm going to have to play that one out. I'm going to have to really think about that one. Put it out there as you're gaining. 365 days to gain weight. 365 weight gaining workouts, right? 365 gains that you're going to get. I don't know. That's just a funny one to me. It's who knows. That's where I'm at. That's where my mind goes. Because right now, by the time I hit, what am I at? 26 minutes. By the time I hit that, right, I'm all into my really heart center. The first 10 minutes, like I always say, first 10 minutes of this is me versus my ego. Second 10 minutes is me with my ego, and third 10 minutes is basically just me. I mean, talking not out of my ass. That was really where I wanted to say or go. No, it's basically like, it's me talking within myself, within my truth, and this is really me. This is 100% me, not anybody else, not anything else. And this is the coolest part, is if anybody were ever going to listen to these talk therapies, and you see the 30-minute ones, the 20 to 30-minute mark would probably be the most inspirational, or the most, right there's my ego hopping in again, but the most me, because the most creative side of myself, because once you start talking into and from your truth for so long that it just feels so good and you don't want to get out of it. It's kind of like a drug. Like, I've never done heavy drugs. I've smoked pot, but that's as hard as I ever went. But I mean, really, it comes down to just a complete understanding of this is where I want to be. This is me for the rest. If I could just live right here for the rest of my life in this center, like, I bet you Tony Robbins, he literally operates from this part 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and that's why he's so massively successful. And if you can just keep practicing on flexing the muscle that gets you to this point, not necessarily gets, right, quote unquote, gets you anywhere else in life, but it literally means, to get to talk from your center, to talk from your quote unquote happy place. And if you could just live in that spot, all the time, how cool would that be? That'd just be so awesome. And that's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at. It's where I've been pretty much, like I was saying, since minute 8, since 8 minutes, I went right to there today, and I'm grateful for that, because that means I'm really excited for today. I'm very excited for today. And this morning when I woke up, I wasn't at all. And I needed this right here. I needed talk therapy. I needed to just let it out and be myself. And not that I couldn't, the last 2 days. It's just 30 minutes. I'm going to take 30 minutes no matter what, even on Saturdays and Sundays, to just be like, okay, honey, I'll be right back. I just need to go talk. To myself or to whoever, right? And just go and do it. And even on the weekends, like, that's what I need, is even on the weekends, that's where I need it to be. That's where I need it to happen. Especially on the weekends, I think, because that's where I need it to happen most, because then there's so much pattern interruption that I think it's too much. I think it's too much pattern interruptions on the weekends, but that's okay. I'll get there. It's life. We'll figure it out. So there it is. You know, I mean, I'm such a creature of routine and habit that's where I'm at. So there it is. There's 30 minutes. I appreciate it if you made it all the way to the end here, listening to me, right? Listening to me. If you're looking for any kind of help, you know, head to jedcobernus.com. That's where I put everything that I'm doing. That's who I am. If you're looking for a mentor, if you're looking for coaching, go to jedcobernus.com/mentorship. Put your name and email in, and I'll see you on the other side to help you make your dreams and visions become reality. And as always, if you're willing to change from the neck up, you will change from the neck down. I believe in you. Now it's your turn to start believing in yourself. Stay safe out there. Stay blessed. Bye for now.